Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna. What happened, Manoj?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
All the people got deducted.
Oh,
Only we two are there.
yeah, it's back now.
What happened? Huh? You all went away suddenly? Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody knows. Okay, everybody knows now how to come back. Okay, chalo. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough. I put as many places as possible. Dr. Shisha has also come. We have already made it, broadcast is on. Uh, I just wanted two more places to put. Okay. Manoj, Hare Krishna Manoj.
Hare Krishna,
Manoj,
Prabhuji.
two
Yes,
minutes
Prabhuji.
more. 2 minutes more, you can put. Okay. Okay, just keep that. You can do 2 minutes more. I'm inviting as many.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Hare
yeah.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Okay,
Ji.
so how many of us are remaining? Three, six. Okay. Chalo, other people, I shared a link you can see on the chat on the corner.
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay,
please.
that link you people can share on your Facebook and different places. So we can have a big broadcast. Means millions of people watching us. Go tab. Facebook. They're done. And as much as over, I share. Okay. So today's chapter we first do by pictures. Everybody knows, I think, by pictures. Oh, Suhas, welcome.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, where are you? At your home or in the temple only?
No, I'm in the temple only, Prabhuji.
Ah, but today
Temple only.
you are in temple
Yeah.
only today, or you're testing?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh, great. Okay. I was thinking first I can show you this today's Leela by picture. So you have Hare Krishna Shisha. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have like Tatkal who comes early. So you're lucky. Some people are not been able to. Okay, now I'll just show you by pictures. Yes. Now it's good. You can see that picture. This is the painting of Krishna's appearance made, I think, in the old. This is, much more professional than later. This was in the beginning. More details. This is, how started Krishna appeared. I want to talk about, because Krishna is normally in Vasudeva Devaki, so know their picture means they have seen Krishna as a Supreme Lord. You understand? Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
So they have seen him as a Lord, so for him he is the Supreme Lord. It's not the same thing with Yashoda Mother, She never believes he is God. And here is another picture how they are so servitude to him when he appeared as, this is the old painting of ISKCON, nicely made. Okay. And then, very nice painting, when he is going out of the palace, you see they are sleeping, his two servants, correct? And is going
Yes,
out,
Prabhuji.
Ananda Shesha is covering him, and a total protection. Nicely put a chadar on his face to cover himself. This is more recent painting, how is he walking on the water. And you can see Ananda Shesha again. A river is giving way to him. And this is old painting, very sweet. Amazing picture. Beautiful. This is a devotee who are learning to paint. This is when they became great painters. Okay, but we cannot take away their sincerity here. So I'm so happy. Now this is the old painting. How he keeps replaces the child. You can see it's like a girl child, and he picks it up and he puts Krishna. And again, very nice. See, Krishna is happy. Correct? Not somebody who is again version of Lotus Spirit also. And then it is. This is at the end, after they have killed Kamsa. I'm not able to understand this picture much. There is somebody with a plier in his hand, and I think he wants them to cut their. Correct? They have been
Yes, sir.
in prison. Which time is this picture? I'm trying to think. I think this is the time, the picture, after they kill Kamsa, correct? They come to
Yes, sir.
them from the stick. And then after this is over. Then they put them on the teacher that will go to them. That Vasudev Devaki put them on the teacher. This Sandipani Muni, very famous painting, teaching them. And then he asked them for the son. When I was searching for this picture and I got, that's why, I was not there. I was making you do Kirtan because I was searching for this picture. So I got this picture. This is Shankasura, which will kill today. On a Shanka, there is a big demon. And you see Krishna and Balaram kill it. This picture shows that. Here is Krishna, you can see. And here is Balaram to kill that demon. Okay. And then I was looking for a picture. They meet Yamraj, but I could not get. I got some videos on YouTube, but And this is finally, you see a beautiful picture. They go to the shore of the ocean. I think this picture should have come before this. A little mistake. So they go to the shore of the ocean and they ask the ocean personified, where is the child? So he said, I'm not taken, the Shankasura has taken. They kill Shankasura, but they don't find within the Shanka any child. Right? And then they go to Yamaraj, and Yamaraj gives them the child, but there is no picture of that. And they bring the child and give back to Sandeep. Okay, we will keep it aside. In between we can see. So we got pictorial, we have gone through. Hare Krishna Shisha. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pictorial over. Now we have to go. Hopefully. Size over. Yeah. And it is. Okay. Napur Mataji is there, our leader. And here's.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, Suhas.
Actually, my cell is not like top, so
where is he? He has not come today? Rajesh?
No, he's in temple. Even I am in temple. He is working somewhere. I mean, doing seva.
Otherwise, both of you can come.
My hangout is like stopped. It had some bug or something, so it stopped working. So I asked him. So he gave his cell. Like
you
that.
both get Rajesh. Both of you can come to my room only. No problem. Okay. Well, Lord Krishna. Okay, Krishna requests another teacher. Yuresh, we'll give some time. Yuresh also to read. You like to read sometime?
Yes, Prabhuji. Krishna recovers the son of his teacher.
Let us just chant that. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Chalo, start.
Krishna recovers the son of his teacher. When Lord Krishna saw that Vasudeva and Devaki were remaining standing in a reverential attitude, he immediately expanded his influence of Yogamaya so that they could treat him and Balarama as children. As in the material world, the relationship existing between father and mother and children can be established amongst different living entities by the influence of the illusory energy. So, by the influence of Yogamaya, the devotee can establish a relationship in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is his child. After creating this situation by his Yogamaya, Krishna, appearing with his elder brother Balarama as the most illustrious sons in the dynasty of Shatavasas, very submissively and respectfully addressed Vasudeva and Devaki. My dear father and mother, although you have always been very anxious for the protection of our lives, you could not enjoy the pleasure of having us as your babies, as you were growing boys, and as you were adolescent youths. Krishna indirectly praised the fatherhood of Nanda Maharaja and motherhood of Yashoda as most glorious because although he and Balarama were not their born sons, Nanda and Yashoda actually enjoyed their childhood pastimes. By nature's own arrangement, the childhood of the embodied living being is enjoyed by the parents. Even in the animal kingdom, the parents are found to be affectionate to the cubs. Being captivated by the activities of their children, they take much care for their well-being. As for Vasudeva and Devaki, they were always very anxious for the protection of their sons, Krishna and Balarama. That is why Krishna, after his appearance, was immediately transferred to another's house. Balarama was also transferred from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb.
Okay.
Vasudeva and Devaki were.
We read so much, so many paragraphs. So, what is the explanation? You will explain. Manoj?
Prabhuji? Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Explain, no? What you read, we are not able to understand.
Prabhuji, sorry, here there is my child is making some noise.
I can
Sorry.
hear that. No problem. No problem. Hold on. That's part of your life now. What's happening there? Vasudeva Devaki when they saw Krishna?
Right. So, Prabhuji, you want me to summarize here?
Yeah, just why they are not able to relate to have him as a child.
Yeah.
They're standing in a reverential attitude.
Expanded his influence of Yogamaya. Good reading.
Manoj is also in Vasile Rasa now. We missed you last time.
No, Prabhuji, sometimes.
Last week.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
No, that's okay. Whatever, last time you
He
were
is not there. Yeah.
Why is it that they are not able to relate to him as children? Krishna did some magic. ABC 3.5. Why they are not able to relate to Krishna Balaram as their child? Okay, he's having a child. Nupur Mataji, can you solve the riddle?
Yes, Prabhuji. So, in the last chapter, they said that Devaki and Vasudeva were conscious that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, so that is why they were not able to enjoy him as a child. So he expanded. So Lord Krishna, he expanded the Yogamaya influence of Yogamaya, so they can again become unconscious of his position and enjoy him as their child and his activities.
Correct. So both are Maya actually, Mahamaya, Yogamaya. But the Yogamaya sweetens the pastimes of the Lord. under the influence of Yogamaya, the pastimes of the Lord. She arranges the pastimes. Yes, very nice. Good. Okay, a relationship with the father mother can be established, and this is going on. After creating the situation, Krishna Balaram, this is their dynasty. Satvatas. Shisha, what is this dynasty of Satvatas? Do you know? There's some ancestral king, maybe? Maybe some ancestral. Very submissively addressed. Vasudeva Devaki, might have always been very anxious. In charge of pleasure babies, his own baby. Krishna indirectly plays. Because they got pleasure. And Prabhupada said everywhere they in charge of pastimes of the children. Krishna apparently will transfer to another house. Okay. Devaki goes to Rome. Correct? Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. Basically taken and Balram was mysteriously. Mystery. He was transferred by Sankarshan. Correct? Yogamaya arranged that for transfer of Balaram mysteriously from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rome. Yes, continue, Yogesh.
Yeah. Vasudeva and Devaki were full of anxieties for Krishna's and Balarama's protection, and they could not enjoy their childhood pastimes. Krishna said, "Unfortunately, being ordered by our fate, we could not be raised by our own parents to enjoy childhood pleasures at home. My dear father and mother, a man has a debt to pay to his parents, from whom he gets this body, which can bestow upon him all the benefits of material existence. According to the Vedic injunction, this human form of life enables one to perform all kinds of religious activities, fulfill all kinds of desires, and acquire all kinds of wealth. And only in this human form is there very possibility that one can get liberation from material existence. This body is produced by the combined efforts of father and mother. Every human being should be obliged to his parents and understand that he cannot repay his debt to them. If, after growing up, a son does not try to satisfy his parents by his actions or by an endowment of riches, he is surely punished after death by the superintendent of death and made to eat his own flesh. If a person is able to care for or give protection to old parents, children, the spiritual master, brahmanas, and other dependents, but does not do so, he is considered to be already dead, although he is supposedly breathing. My dear father and mother, you have always been very anxious for our protection, but unfortunately we could not render any service unto you. Up to date, we have simply wasted our time. We could not serve you for reasons beyond our control. Mother and father, please excuse us for our sinful action." Shall I continue, Prabhu?
Yeah. Okay, this is clear till then. They say that we have a debt with the rin. Correct? Shisha, what do you say? Hey, Manoj, how you come in two windows? I have to learn. Because I also want to create. Okay.
Prabhuji, I have a little something to say.
Yeah, please.
See that that is this thing when transfer of this thing, that is one embryo.
Yeah.
From Devaki's to Rohini.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Shisha Prabhuji has knows more about this one. Even now in the latest medical terms, it's called as transplantation of the embryos. It now exists. See, it used to exist.
Shisha, we can do that presently.
Yes.
Transplant embryo from one uterus to another. You have done any operation like that? Have you seen an operation like this?
Even in those it used to exist.
Nupur Mataji, another, you are in a medical field. We have seen some this transplantation. You can take uterus from one embryo and put to another. I don't think we can do till now.
I've not heard of it yet, but
we make a test tube and we can put in some. But we can pluck out a uterus from one embryo and put in another embryo. Can you do that? Not heard, no?
Even I've heard
I'm
Oh, you.
Mystical transfer, actually.
Chalo, Mataji has more knowledge. I don't know.
Not manually done.
Chalo. Okay, anyway, that doesn't matter for us. We are not, for us, that will not change anything. Anyway, we know it's a body. Maybe one day science will be able to do. That's a separate issue. Let us continue on our focus. Yeah. Other thing, Mataji.
Prabhuji?
Yeah, anything? Continue.
Yeah,
Shisha, I think Shisha, you have to say anything.
No problem. It's a mystical transfer, actually. That is actually it's not in an ordinary this one. the transfer took place with a mystical this one, actually.
Great.
And
Now
at that time,
today your audio is working much better, Shisha.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
How come our Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has got all the 6 opulences in full, is saying that please excuse us for our sinful action?
No, that is the role he's playing. That's how son should say.
Yeah, that's a leader.
Son is not able to serve, he should say. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took sannyas, he fell at his mother's feet and he said, I have become mad and I have left you, I should serve you. So that's always a nature. How as a son should speak, they speak. Correct? Krishna perfectly plays the role of a son. So mother and father, now you see, when they see the result, what happens by speaking. Isn't that a son should say like this? He cannot serve the reasons beyond our control. He's just playing the role. Natak. He's doing Natak definitely, Yudish. But he's speaking as the son should speak. Correct? So overall, the point that they are capable, is able to give protection to old parents. Nowadays, how many people do not do that? Hey, Aishwarya, you're getting stuck up here. You not get late.
No, it's okay. He has to eat prasada.
ठीक है. Chalo. Okay, continue.
When the Supreme Personality of Godhead was speaking as an innocent boy in very sweet words, both Vasudeva and Devaki became captivated by parental affection and embraced them with great pleasure. They were amazed and could not speak or answer the words of Krishna, but simply embraced him and Balarama in great affection and remained silent, shedding incessant tears.
Let us see the picture for this. We had picture now for this. Here it is. Correct? Is the picture? And they spoke like this. They're embracing them with great affection. Okay.
Prabhuji, what is that fellow doing sitting down? What is he doing?
No, he has some plier in his hand. He has to remove all the chains. They are tied. No, they're in a jail.
Okay.
That's what I.
Okay.
Back. Yeah.
Thus consoling his father and mother, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appearing as the beloved son of Devaki, approached his grandfather Ugrasena and announced that Ugrasena would now be the king of the Yadu kingdom. Kamsa had been forcibly ruling over the kingdom of Yadu in spite of the presence of his father, whom he had arrested. But after the death of Kamsa, Kamsa's father was released and announced to be the king of the Yadu kingdom. It appears that in those days, in the western part of India, there were many small kingdoms and they were ruled by the Yadu dynasty, Andhaka dynasty, Varshini dynasty and Bhoga dynasty. Maharaja Ugrasena belonged to the Bhoja dynasty. Therefore, Krishna indirectly declared that the king of the Bhoja dynasty would be emperor of the other small kingdoms. He willingly asked Maharaja Ugrasena to rule over them because they were his subjects. The word Praja is used both for the progeny and for the citizens. So Krishna belonged to the Praja, both as a grandson to Maharaja. Ugrasena and as a member of the Yadu dynasty. He voluntarily accepted the role of Maharaja Ugrasena. He informed Ugrasena, being cursed by the Yayati, the kings of the Yadu dynasty, will not rise against the throne. It will be our pleasure to serve you as your servants. Our full cooperation with you will make your position more exalted and secure so that the kings of other dynasties will not hesitate to pay their respective revenues. Protected by us, you will be honored even by the demigods from the heavenly planets. My dear grandfather, out of fear of my late uncle Kamsa, all the kings belonging to the Yadu dynasty, Varshni dynasty, Andhaka dynasty, Madhu dynasty, Dasharaha dynasty, and Kukura dynasty were very anxious and disturbed. Now you can pacify them all and give them assurance of security. The whole kingdom will be peaceful.
Okay, so now he's appointed Ugrasena as the king. And I'm not aware of this curse. Hey, Shisha, do you know this curse?
The kings of the Yadu dynasty.
Yes. Next we can. You have muted Shisha. Yeah. Yeah. You know this curse?
Curse.
Yayati. You don't know, na? Shisha, do you know? My voice is clear, Yuresh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Shisha?
Yeah.
Now, what is this dynasty curse by Yayati? Are you aware? No. Chalo, this needs some research. Yati curse, Yadu, Yati.
Yati comes in actually when this king, Ramas, this one, no, Prabhu?
Anyway, anyway, the whole this is Chandra Vamsha. Anyway, we have to study this. Okay, later. So we leave this aside. Next time, somebody can do research in Google and bring this. Okay. Otherwise, it's okay. He has selected Ugrasena, his grandfather, to be the king.
As the king, yeah.
Yeah. Next.
All the kings in the neighboring area had left their homes in fear of Kamsa and were living in distant parts of the country. Now, after the death of Kamsa and the reinstatement of Ugrasena as king, the neighboring kings were given all kinds of presentations and comforts. Then they returned to their respective homes. After this nice political arrangement, the citizens of Mathura were pleased to live in Mathura, being protected by the strong arms of Krishna and Balarama. On account of good government in the presence of Krishna and Balarama, the inhabitants of Mathura felt complete satisfaction in the fulfillment of all their material desires and necessities, and because they saw Krishna and Balarama daily, eye to eye,
Yeah, what happened?
They soon forgot all material miseries completely. As soon as they saw Krishna and Balarama coming out on the street, very nicely dressed and smiling and looking here and there, the citizens were immediately filled with loving ecstasies simply by seeing the personal presence of Mukunda. Mukunda refers to one who can award liberation and transcendental bliss. Krishna's presence acted as such a vitalizing tonic that not only the younger generation, but even the old men of Mathura became fully invigorated with youthful energy and strength by regularly seeing him.
So this is what
Nanda Maharaj.
happened. Wait a minute. So as soon as let us see what is the effect if you see Krishna every day. Yeah, what do you get? You get king, they return to their respective home. Mathura was very pleased. Neighboring kings were all arrested and they had run away. They were all given proper position. Okay, then good government, people are very happy. Now they saw Krishna and Balaram eye to eye. That is their fortune. Then what happened? Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda are all living in Mathura because Krishna was there, but after some time they wanted to go back to Vrindavan. And feeling lovingly embraced, Krishna began to speak as follows. Sorry, it's like, yeah. Coming out of this very dress, smiling, looking, the citizens filled with loving ecstasy simply by seeing. Krishna presents vitalizing tonic that not only younger generation, even old men of people with youthful energy. Okay, chalo.
Nanda Maharaja and Yashoda were also living in Mathura because Krishna and Balarama were there. But after some time, they wanted to go back to Vrindavana. Krishna and Balarama went before them and very feelingly and affectionately embraced Nanda and Yashoda, and Krishna began to speak as follows. My dear father and mother, although I was born of Vasudeva and Devaki, you have been our real father and mother because from our very birth and childhood you raised us with great affection and love. Your affectionate love for us was more than anyone can offer one's own children. You are actually our father and mother because you raised us as your own children at a time when we were just like orphans. For certain reasons, we were rejected by our father and mother, and you protected us. My dear father and mother, I know you will be feeling separation by returning to Vrindavana and leaving us here, but please rest assured that I shall be coming back to Vrindavana just after giving some satisfaction to my real father and mother, Vasudeva and Devaki, my grandfather and other relatives and family members. Krishna and Balarama satisfied Nanda and Yashoda by sweet words and by presentation of various clothing, ornaments, and properly made utensils. They satisfied them along with their friends and neighbors who had come with them from Vrindavana to Mathura as fully as possible. On account of his excessive parental affection for Balarama and Krishna, Nanda Maharaja felt tears in his eyes and he embraced them and started with the cowherd men for Vrindavana.
Okay.
After this,
because they had also come. They had also come to see the wrestling match, correct? People had come together. And then they have offering them their respects to their real mother and father. And then gave some gifts and sweet words. So we are quickly coming back after giving satisfaction to our original father and mother. And they show their love, their eyes with their feelings. Okay. Anybody, anything to say here? Ash.
Prabhu, that some people say, and it is really true. I've heard some devotees say that keep seeing Krishna every day makes one very happy. So becoming happy means you naturally get good energy. That is really true.
Yeah. So keep seeing Krishna, you'll become young. Okay,
yes.
Yes. So you want to become young, you see Krishna every day. Like tonic, you get some Ayurvedic tonic.
After this,
anything? Okay, now Yuresh, we give one more Mataji chance to read.
Yeah, sure.
It's a big chapter. Yes, Mataji, Mataji. Back to you.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. After this, Vasudev had his son initiated by sacred thread as a token of second birth, which is essential for the higher caste of human society. Vasudev called for his family priest and learned Brahmanas, and the sacred thread ceremony of Krishna and Balaram was duly performed. During this ceremony, Vasudev gave various ornaments in charity to the Brahmanas and endowed them with cows decorated with silken cloths and golden ornaments. Previously, during the birth of Krishna and Balaram, Vasudev had wanted to give cows in charity to the Brahmanas, but being imprisoned by Kamsa, he was able to do so only within his mind. With the death of Kamsa, the actual cows were given to the Brahmanas. Then Krishna and Balram were duly initiated with the sacred thread ceremony, and they repeated the chanting of Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra is offered to disciples after the sacred thread ceremony, and Balaram and Krishna properly discharge the duties of chanting this mantra. Anyone who executes the chanting of this mantra has to abide by certain principles and vows. Although Balaram and Krishna were both transcendental personalities, they strictly followed the regulative principles. Both were initiated by their family priest Gargacharya, usually known as Garga Muni, the Acharya of the Yadu dynasty. According to Vedic culture, every respectable person has an acharya or spiritual master. One is not considered to be a perfectly cultured man without being initiated and trained by an acharya. It is said, therefore, that one who has approached an acharya is actually in perfect knowledge. Lord Krishna and Balaram were Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of all education and knowledge. There was no need for them to accept a spiritual master or acharya, yet for the instruction of ordinary men, they also accepted a spiritual master for advancement in spiritual knowledge.
No, just analyzing. So Gargamuni is his real guru, not Sandipani Muni. Sandipani Muni taught them some Astra Vidya and some Kala. But spiritual guru is Shisha, looks to be Gargamuni, isn't it? He is the Diksha Guru, not who is the Diksha Guru of Krishna.
What type of guru now? Now that comes there. What type of acharya now?
Huh?
No, that Guru Tattva is here important Prabhu here.
No, he's giving Diksha. He's giving Gayatri.
Yeah.
Huh?
It is giving Gayatri.
No, I'm comparing Sandipani Muni and Garga Muni. Now, Garga Muni looks to be a real guru. He's giving Gayatri. And Sandipani Muni taught them, some just like you go to college, taught them how to put arrows and other. So their real guru, spiritual guru, looks to be Garga Muni comparatively. Correct?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Huh? What do you feel, other people?
This is actually second issue that Brahman initiation has been given by Gargamuni here.
Yeah. After this, now Sandipani Muni will come and he will teach some Astra Vidya and then four Kalas. Yeah. Okay. That is just like you go to college and learn physics, chemistry. So that is not your guru. Your guru is spiritual guru. Gargamuni looks to be more spiritual also. Previously, he saw Krishna Balaram. He said they have other colors. He is the Supreme Lord. Immediately detected. Correct? That way, we cannot put down Sandipani Muni because he also detected him. Anyway, principle is more important here. Even God takes the gurus and gurus needed in spiritual life. Correct?
Role model.
So for us, Srila Prabhupada is there. Guru means to come under the guidance. Okay? Just like we are reading Prabhupada books. Hey, Prabhupada is guiding. That way he acts. Okay.
That's a Prabhupada is always telling bona fide spiritual master. Always telling about bona fide spiritual master.
Chalo. We go to another topic. It is customary. Yes, Nupur Mataji, it is customary.
Yeah, it is customary after being initiated in the Gayatri Mantra for one to live away from home for some time under the care of an acharya in order to be trained in spiritual life. During this period, one has to work under the spiritual master as an ordinary menial servant. There are many rules and regulations for a brahmachari living under the care of an acharya, and both Lord Krishna and Balaram strictly followed those regulative principles while living under the instructions of their spiritual master Sandipani Muni in his place in northern India. According to scriptural injunctions, a spiritual master should be respected and be regarded on an equal level with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Both Krishna and Balram exactly followed those principles with great devotion and underwent the regulations of Brahmacharya, and thus they satisfied their spiritual master who instructed them in Vedic knowledge. Being very satisfied, Sandipani Muni instructed them in all the intricacies of Vedic wisdom as well as in the supplementary literatures such as the Upanishads. Because Krishna and Balaram happened to be Kshatriyas, they were specifically trained in military science, politics, and mathematics. In politics, there are 6 departments of knowledge: how to make peace, how to fight, how to pacify, how to divide and rule, how to give shelter, etc. All these items were fully explained and instructed to Krishna and Balram. The ocean is a source of water in a river. The cloud is created by evaporation of ocean water, and the same water is distributed as rain all over the surface of the earth and then returns towards the ocean in the rivers. So, Krishna and Balram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are the sources of all kinds of knowledge. But because they were playing like ordinary human boys, they set an example so that everyone would receive knowledge from the right source. Thus, they agreed to take knowledge from a spiritual master.
Okay. So the ocean, the example, or what is the point here? Krishna knows everything. So why is it that? Okay, why is it that they are learning? Suresh?
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Why is Krishna accepted Guru? What is he learning from him? We talked about Garga Muni and then Sandipani Muni.
Sandipani
Why is
Muni.
Krishna accepting Guru? He knows everything, no?
Yeah, just to show us an example of how to live life.
Set an example that we should not imagine, and we take knowledge from the right source. Okay? Right. Things are clear. Anything other? Any point? We proceed. Yes, Mataji, can you?
After hearing only once from the teacher, Krishna and Balram learned all the arts and sciences. In 64 days and 64 nights, they learned all the necessary arts and sciences that are required in human society. During daytime, they took lessons on a subject from the teacher, and by nightfall, after having heard from the teacher, they were expert in that department of knowledge.
Mataji, just wait. Just wait. I went to the Bhagavatam actually. I was searching. You all can see I was relaxing. So this is in the Bhagavatam. They have, in the ISKCON has done completed the Bhagavatam. No, they have given the list. Yeah, here it is. Can you see this? The same thing Prabhupada has translated, These are 64, can you see that? There are Sanskrit words for it.
Oh, 64 qualities.
No, 64 skills. Gita, no, nobody teaches us how to sing. Any of you learn that? You teach it. Vadya, playing musical instrument, nobody teaches. Nobody knows any instrument. Nityam, dancing. You learn, go to pub and learn some nonsense dancing. Not real dancing. Animals can also do the dancing. Natyam, drama. You people do drama, painting. Apart from the skills of the Kshatriya, which we recently they were taught the Vedas, skills of the Kshatriya. Actually, these are the life skills. Everybody should know them. Correct? Painting the face of the body. They know what he teaches. Preparing auspicious signs of the floors and the rice. Making a bed of flowers. Coloring one's teeth, clothes, and nails. Inlaying a floor with jewels. Covering of a bed, ringing water pots. The life is colorful now if you know all these things, isn't it? Splashing with water, mixing colors, preparing wreaths. I don't know what is meaning in wreaths. Okay. And then setting a helmet on the head, we don't know. Putting an apparel in a dressing room, decorating the earlobe, applying aromatics, decorating with jewelry, jugglery, art of disguise, sleight of hand, hasta lagavam, chitra sakal, preparing varieties of salad, bread, other things, preparing palatable drinks and tinging trot with red colors, needlework and weaving, shutra, puppet dance and manipulating threads, playing on a lute and a small egg-shaped drum, making a solving riddles, capping verses, reciting poems, verse, memory skill, uttering statement difficult for others to answer, reciting books that you are all doing now, Yuresh and Nupur Mataji, reciting books, enacting short plays, solving enigmatic verses, They're all as Sanskrit words for it. Making a bow from a strip of cloth and a stick, pinning with a spindle, carpentry, architecture. So one day they learned one skill, testing silver, and we should have the 64-day course, no? And the child is born, he is so much efficient. Metallurgy, some basic metallurgy. You know, we don't know. We go to buy gold, we don't know how to test. We should have a course on that. Teaching gels with various colors, mineralogy, herbal medicine, the art of training, engaging ram, cock, squirrels in fighting. This was there, cock fighting. Knowledge of how to train male, female parrots to speak and answer the questions. Healing a person with ointments, hairdressing, telling what is written in a book without seeing it, and telling what is hidden in one's chest. Interesting, some magic. Fabricating barbarous or foreign sophistry. We will come to that proper. They'll explain all the knowledge of provincial dialects, knowing how to build toy cards with flowers, composing magic squares, arrangement of numbers according to the same total in all direction. 52nd, the use of amulets. I don't know what is amulet. Conversation, composing verse mentally, designing a literary work on a medical remedy, building shrines, lexicography and knowledge of poetic meters, disguising one kind of cloth to look like another, knowledge of various forms of gambling, playing dice, playing with children toys, and forcing discipline by mystic power, gaining victory and awakening on master's music and dawn. 64. Now, Prabhupada has given a brief explanation of each one of them. That's what we'll go to.
Prabhuji, where do we find all this information?
Now, I went to the Bhagavatam, ISKCON Bhagavatam. It's going to say where we are. Go to this same chapter, it is there in the 10th canto. Okay?
Okay.
You go to vedabase.com, you'll find the chapter of Krishna recovers the son of a cheater. Correct? That's the same title. Yeah. Find the chapter. There in the shlokas, as I was reading, I dug out from there.
Okay.
Because this chapter Prabhupada has done. Prabhupada has done first two chapters. After that, Prabhupada left. Or his Leela became Prakata. Chalo. Now, Nupur Mataji, wait a minute. You have some 64 kalas to explain. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. First of all, they learned how to sing, how to compose songs, and how to recognize the different tunes. They learned the favorable and...
Yeah, can you see that?
Yes. They learn the favorable and unfavorable accents and meters, how to sing different kinds of rhythms and melodies, and how to follow them by beating different kinds of drums. They learned how to dance with rhythm, melody, and different songs. They learned how to write dramas, and they learned how the various types of paintings, beginning from different village arts up to the highest perfectional stage. They also learned how to paint tilak on the face and make different kinds of dots on the forehead and cheeks. Then they learned the art of painting on the floor with liquid paste of rice and flour. Such paintings are very popular at auspicious ceremonies performed at household affairs or in the temple. They learned how to make a resting place with flowers and how to decorate clothing and leaves with colorful paintings. They also learned how to set different valuable jewels in ornaments. They learned the art of ringing water pots. Water pots are filled with water to a certain measurement, so that when one beats on the pots, different tunes are produced. And when the pots are beaten together, they produce a melodious sound. They also learned how to throw water in the rivers or the lakes while taking a bath among friends. They also learned how to decorate with flowers. This art of decorating can still be seen in various temples of Vrindavan during the summer season. It is called Phulabadi. The dais, the throne, the walls, and the ceiling are fully decorated, and a small aromatic fountain of flowers is fixed in the center. Because of these floral decorations, the people, fatigued from the heat of the summer season, become refreshed.
Shisha, this is done in Vrindavan, no, sometime. I think Baki Vihari temple, some temples they do.
Yes.
You have seen it? Or heard about it?
it's called the flower Jhulan
No,
Mela,
no, put they
something
decorate so
that
much flowers in the
yeah,
temple.
they have, yeah, they, I've seen it.
Where? In some temples.
Hmm. Yes, they
Any,
do it in the summer, yeah.
Are any questions? Anybody is clear till now? Yeah.
Krishna and Balaram learned the art of dressing hair in various styles and fixing a helmet in different positions on the head. They also learned how to perform on a theatrical stage, how to decorate dramatic actors with flower ornaments over the ear, and how to sprinkle sandalwood pulp and water to produce a nice fragrance. They also learned the art of performing magical feats. Within the magical field, there is an art called Bahurupi, by which a person dresses himself in such a way that when he approaches a friend, he cannot be recognized.
Yeah, I think this
Behrupi.
is
Beherupi,
64.
yeah.
If we have the 64 hour taught to children, say at 5 years something, won't there be
Hmm.
very dynamic person? The person will know everything, correct? Today we just
Hmm.
learn them how to add 2 plus 2, that's all. Completes a personality,
Hmm.
isn't it? In fact, in my college also, I remember school time, those who learned some skills like harmonium, mridanga, or tabla, they were more complete personality. Music, dance, completes a personality. It's called my experience. What do you all feel?
Hmm.
Isn't this good? Not only they learn
Yeah.
how to fight and all, but this makes they're living. No, a person doesn't know all
Hmm.
this. How do they live? And then nowadays life is so dull. Because forget even
Hmm.
spiritually, materially they don't know these things. There are material things, but knowing them makes person more dynamic, isn't it? Doesn't know how to
It's
decorate his
true.
hairs. And what is learned, but not professionally taught. Okay,
Hmm.
imagine they don't know how to be Bahurupi. Yeah.
By which a person dresses himself in such a way that when he approaches a friend, he cannot be recognized. They also learned how to make beverages, which are required at various times, and they studied syrups and taste and the effects of intoxication. They learned how to manipulate thin threads for dancing puppets, and they learned how to string wires on a musical instruments such as the veena, sitar, and the tambourine, tampura, sorry, to produce melodious sound. They learned puzzles and how to set and solve them. They learned the art of reading books from which even a foolish student can very quickly learn to read the alphabet and comprehend writing. Then they learned how to rehearse and act out a drama. They also studied the art of solving crossword puzzles, filling up the missing space, and making complete words.
Okay.
They also.
Fine.
Hmm,
That's fine till now. How to act
hmm.
drama, solving crossword puzzle, how to read books. Okay. Okay. Continue.
They also learned how to draw pictographic literature. In some countries in the world, pictographic literature is still current. A story is represented by pictures. For instance, a man and a house are pictured to represent a man going home.
Is it
Krishna
that
and
referring
Balaram.
to? Is it referring to the Chinese and Japanese language?
Yes, very,
Huh? They are pictographic language, no?
not very well. That
Huh?
Hmm,
pictographic literature is very common among them.
Where?
Chinese and Japanese. Yes.
hmm,
That language is that only, pictographic.
Yes,
Going
yes,
home means you see somebody is, walking inside the home. Correct?
yes.
hmm.
Continue.
Continue. A story is represented by pictures. For instance, a man and a house are pictured to represent a man going home. Krishna and Balram also learned the art of architecture, how to construct residential buildings. They learned to recognize valuable jewels by studying the luster and the quality of their colors. Then they learned the art of setting jewels with gold and silver. They also learned how to study soil to find minerals. This study of soil is now a greatly specialized science, but formerly it was common knowledge even for the ordinary man. They learned to study herbs and plants and to extract medicine from the elements. By studying the different species of plants, they learned how to crossbreed plants and get different types of fruits. They learned how to train and engage lambs and cocks in fighting for sporting purposes. They then learned how to teach parrots to speak and answer the question of human beings. They learned practical psychology, how to influence another's mind and thus induce another to act according to one's own desire. Sometimes this is called hypnotism. They learned how to wash hair, dye it in different colors, and curl it in different ways. They learned the art of telling what is written in someone's book without actually seeing it. They learn to tell what is contained in another's fist. Sometimes children imitate this art, although not very accurately. One child keeps something within his fist and asks his friend, "Can you tell what is within?" And the friend gives some suggestion, although he actually cannot tell. But there is an art by which one can understand the actual and actually tell what is held within the fist. Krishna and Balram learned how to speak and understand the languages of various countries. They learned not only the languages of human beings, Krishna could also speak even with animals and birds. Evidence of this is found in Vaishnava literature compiled by the Goswamis. Then they learned how to make carriages and airplanes from flowers. It is said in the Ramayana that after defeating Ravana, Ramchandra was carried from Lanka to Bharatvarsh on plain of flowers called Pushparath. Krishna then learned the art of foretelling events by seeing signs. In the book called Kanhar Vachana, the various types of signs and omens are described. If one is going out, one sees someone with a bucket full of water, that is a very good sign. But if one sees someone with an empty bucket, it is not a very good sign.
Okay. So somebody can see the bucket of water. I wanted to show you some picture now. Here it is. Correct? You all can see?
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Parrot
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Parrot Krishna.
Yes.
Krishna knows how to talk to parrots also. It's a very
Yes.
famous painting. Huh?
Talking to the bear.
Ah, it's one of the best paintings we made. Very beautiful, Anna. Features are very nice. Smile and the parrot is speaking about. This parrot looks to be very peaceful, sitting, standing. Okay.
He's talking to monkeys.
Huh?
He's talking to the monkeys. Also there in Vrindavan.
So there's the different languages. They even could speak to them. Okay. Ramachandra, they knew how to make even aeroplane with the flowers and carriages and aeroplanes from flowers. Pushpa. These are all auspicious and auspicious. I think in South India people know too much of this. I think many times people deal with this. You know, they can, by seeing certain situations, you can know. It's like people are very anxious. Do you know any auspicious, inauspicious thing people know? Anything about? What generally people talk about, auspicious and inauspicious?
There are so many Prabhuji, people talk about them.
So many of them.
Tell me, Mata, you know more than us. Tell me anything auspicious or inauspicious. Tell me now.
People they say, some people say the left eye or the right eye, some more.
There's one, I one. Correct. Then?
That is one thing. Yeah. And so many. I just.
You tell the main one. Eye flickering, yeah, people are very conscious.
Yes. It was
anything.
Yes, Prabhuji. While you go out, if you see a black cat, they say it's inauspicious.
Black cat, yeah.
And when it crosses your car, people stop.
Yeah.
I think people stopping for 5 minutes.
And it's, I mean, if you're a crow, if there is any crows in your home and they they do cry sometimes very loudly, that means that some relatives are coming home.
Yes.
Nobody likes that nowadays.
Yeah. And there are so many things like
That's
that.
Shisha, anybody, auspicious, inauspicious? So, we continue. Okay, so anyway, there are auspicious and auspicious. These are all signs. Like Yudhishthir Maharaj saw so many inauspicious symptoms. He forecasted Krishna and pointed out his pastime. He saw so many in Bhagavatam, the big list. Even Kamsa saw before his death. He saw inauspicious symptoms. He saw that. Yeah, we read that. Just remember, before Mataji, Murti Mataji, you read last time we discussed. Before the night of death, Kamsa saw all inauspicious symptoms.
There are so many visions, yeah.
Yeah, he was looking in the mirror, Indra was not there. And donkeys were taking his chariot, and people are putting oil on his body, ready for death. After death, they put oil on. He was seeing so many, and he was seeing two stars in the sky, two steps.
Better not to remember them. Better not to remember all these.
She's scared.
Psychologically, you get affected. That's why. One gets affected by reading.
If you meditate on that, the same thing happened to you. Don't talk about that. Continue. Okay. Talk about shifting. Bucket full of water, that's a very good sign. Chalo, talk about good things. Someone in the empty bucket, don't talk about it. It's not good. Yes,
continue, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Similarly, if one sees cow's milk along with a calf, it is a good sign. The result of understanding these signs is that one can foretell events, and Krishna learned the science. Krishna also learned the art of composing matraka. A matraka is a crossword section with 3 letters in a line. Counting any 3 from any side, it will count 9. The matrakas are of different kinds and are for different purposes. Krishna learned the art of cutting valuable stones such as diamonds, and he learned the art of questioning and answering by immediately composing poetry within his mind. He learned the science of action and reaction, of physical combinations and permutations. He learned the art of a psychiatrist who can understand the psychic movements of another person. He learned how to satisfy one's desires. Desires are very difficult to fulfill, but if one desires something which is unreasonable and can never be fulfilled, the desire can be subdued and satisfied, and that is an art.
It's basically art. We have to know this art. It's the art of mind control. Correct? Just subdue the desire and pacify. My God. Hey, Shisha, anybody knows this art? There's some skill of psychology, huh? We better chant Hare Krishna. Kalyuga, we have no mental capacity.
Yeah.
By this art?
By this art, one can also subdue sex impulses when they are aroused, as they are even in brahmachari life. By this art, one can make an enemy his friend or transfer the direct action of a physical element to other things. Lord Krishna and Balram, the reservoir of all knowledge of arts and...
Okay, this is good. Continue.
Lord Krishna and Balram, the reservoir of all knowledge of arts and sciences, exhibited their perfect understanding when they offered to serve their teacher by awarding him anything he desired. This offering by the student to the teacher or spiritual master is called Guru Dakshina. It is essential that a student satisfy the teacher in return for any learning received, either material or spiritual. When Krishna and Balram offered their service in this way, the teacher Sandipani Muni thought it wise to ask them for something extraordinary, something which no common student could offer. He therefore consulted with his wife about what to ask from them. They had already seen the extraordinary potencies of Krishna and Balram and could understand that the two boys were the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They decided to ask for the return of their son who had drowned in the ocean on the bank of Prabhakshetra. When Krishna and Balram heard from their teacher about the death of his son on the bank of Prabhakshetra, they immediately started for the ocean on their chariot. Reaching the beach, They asked the controlling deity of the ocean to return the son of their teacher. The ocean deity immediately appeared before the Lord and offered him all respectful obeisances with great humility. The Lord said, "Some time back you caused the drowning of the son of our teacher. I order you to return him." The ocean deity replied, "The boy was not actually taken by me, but was captured by a demon named Panchajana. This great demon generally remains deep in the water in the shape of a conch shell. The son of your teacher might be within the belly of the demon, having been devoured by him." On hearing this, Krishna dove deep into the water and caught hold of the demon Panchajan. He killed him on the spot, but could not find the son of his teacher within his belly. Therefore he took the demon's dead body in the shape of a conch shell and returned to his chariot on the beach of Prabhakshetra. From there he started for Samyamani, the residence of Yamraj, the superintendent of death, accompanied by his elder brother Balram, who is also known as Halayudh. Krishna arrived there and blew on his conch shell. Hearing the vibration, Yamraj appeared and received Shri Krishna with all respectful obeisances. Yamraj could understand who Krishna and Balram were, and therefore he immediately offered his humble service to the Lord. Krishna had appeared on the surface of the earth as an ordinary human being, but actually Krishna and Balram are the super soul living within the heart of every living entity. They are Vishnu himself, but were playing just like ordinary human boys. As Yamaraj offered his services to the Lord, Shri Krishna asked him to return his teacher's son, who had come to him as a result of his work. "Considering my ruling as supreme," said Krishna, "you should immediately return the son of my teacher." Yamraj returned the boy to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Krishna and Balram brought him back to his father. The brothers asked if their teacher had anything more to ask from them, but he replied, "My dear sons, you have done enough for me. I am now completely satisfied. What further can there be for a man who has disciples like you? My dear boys, you can go home now. These glorious acts of yours will always be renowned all over the world. You are above all blessings, yet it is my duty to bless you. I give you the benediction and that whatever you speak will remain as eternally fresh as the instruction of the Vedas. Your teachings will not only be honored within this universe or in this millennium, but in all places and ages, and will remain increasingly new and important." Due to this benediction from his teacher, Lord Krishna's Bhagavad Gita is ever increasingly fresh and is not only renowned within this universe but in other planets and in other universes also. Being ordered by their teacher, Krishna and Balram immediately returned home on their chariots. They traveled at great speeds like the wind and made sounds like the crashing of clouds. All the residents of Mathura who had not seen Krishna and Balram for a very long time were very pleased to see them again. They felt joyful, like a person who has regained his lost property. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 44th chapter of Krishna. Krishna recovers the son of his teacher.
Yes, something you want to say? Anybody, Yuresh? Murti Mataji? Isha?
See, Krishna gets blessings from his teacher,
Yeah.
but he is a person who blesses everyone. But how is that he gets blessed by his teacher? So his Bhagavad Gita is so popular.
Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita, the blessed Lord, the blessed Lord.
Yeah, the blessed Lord.
Just like he allows his mother father to teach him that way. He allows some devatas to come and give him his weapons, you know. Krishna's weapons are different devatas come and give him this your weapon, this your weapon. I think just like mother father always blessing him.
Yes.
Also.
Okay.
I think as Krishna is investing his power to him and he is giving back the same. You know, it happened with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to take sannyas. Kesha Bharati forgot the mantra. So he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the mantra? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the mantra and he did. So actually he initiated him. Then he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the ear. So, you know that? Right, Shisha?
Yes, Guru.
I have some time. I think it's, what do you say for blessing? How do you answer the question? How is it that Krishna, Supreme God, can be blessed? And then why does Prabhupada use the word bless Lord said? Bless Lord said. All the devotees are always blessing the Lord. And Mathura also, when Krishna was passing, they said, no, they were asking blessing, and it was the Bhagavatam said, it was both appropriate and inappropriate. How can you bless the Supreme Lord? But also appropriate. In Bhagavatam, first canto it comes. And how also, correct, because yes, Krishna accepts the blessings. He empowers the devotees, and then they, just like Krishna has unlimited potencies. How do you say that bless Lord? Just like Krishna, Sudarshana, somebody, Devata, somebody came and gave Krishna their weapon Sudarshana. It's Krishna's work. Krishna's opulence is somebody blesses Bhagavad Gita, the opulence which was, it is coming from Krishna, goes to Sandipani Muni and Sandipani Muni. What do you say, Shisha?
Yeah.
Krishna empowers Sandipani Muni to bless Gita like that. And then it is his potential. Just like from Ganges, you take water and put back in Ganges. So Sandipani Muni is taking the power from Krishna only and blesses the knowledge given by Krishna. The ever fresh. Anupur Mataji, what do you think?
I agree with you, Prabhuji. What you're saying.
Okay. So any other thing here?
Sir.
Let's stick to the topic at the very beginning.
Prabhuji?
No, Yamaraja is getting the benediction actually. He's got an opportunity to see the Lord. He's one of the Mahajanas, 12 Mahajanas.
Yes, he's getting an opportunity.
Yes, see the Supreme Personality.
Actually, Yamaraj should have given the child to back because I'm just analyzing it that way, the new line of thought with that. That Devatas disturbed the Leela of the Lord, correct? And they could not handle. Danavas they attacked, Devata was a disturbed. So Yamaraj should not have taken the child away, even from Shankara. They given back because Krishna, even Krishna's Guru's son is being pulled away, it's a disturbance to his Leela.
Yeah.
And Krishna had to take the trouble and come to the ocean and then, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, Yamaraj got blessed to see. Even Varuna did it. He swallowed Nanda Maharaj. Correct? No, he arrested Nanda Maharaj, no? When Krishna
Nanda Maharaj, yeah.
That was also disturbance in one sense, correct?
Yeah.
You cannot say, we just wanted to see you. I kidnap your parents and say, why you came? I just wanted to see you. They say irritation. What nonsense is this? He doesn't do. Nanda Maharaj also, when he was arrested, one kid arrested, then Krishna had to go down. And Krishna located in Varuna and said, what is all this? Where are parents? Here are parents. So why do you all this thing? I just wanted to see you. Nobody is like that. Yeah? But because there is dear devotees, Krishna pardons them. Okay.
Yeah.
Even Narayana does it. He hides the boys of...
the Brahmana, that in Dwarka.
Krishna said, why did you do? I just wanted to see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else which we did not have?
Prabhuji?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Between the Guru and the disciple, like here between Sandipani Muni and Krishna, there is a system called Guru Dakshina, and the students must obey the orders or desires. They have to fulfill the desires of the teachers. So is it a compulsory custom those days that they have to fulfill their desires or whatever they ask for?
Basically, we see it has to be
It's a formality.
no, not only formality. See, the Guru on those days had no salary system, like into the education system. There is no salary. There has to be fees. Vedic time there was nothing, and they were living on Diksha. Diksha means whatever people give for their maintenance, survival. Correct? And naturally the system of gratitude will come. Suppose you go to college, they don't charge you any fees. This recently we had gone to IIT, also and we studied without any fees. Practically those days there were zero fees. We studied free. Less than 1,000, all the fees certificates over. Nothing, practically. So we felt gratitude. All the students went back here and they donated to the college. They felt that they got something, correct? And they're all big, big people now. I think 2 crores are donated. So I think when you're getting an education which is free, you feel indebted, correct? What do you feel? And that's the practical system because how the teacher will maintain himself. I think it's a Vedic system was better. Just like you go to a holy place, Pandas will be there. And they used to say, can you explain to me, Avri, say, River Yamuna, I don't know how to worship Yamuna. I don't know, so many things. You've gone to Vrindavan. He teaches you everything. Correct? And he does the puja for you also. What do you feel like you give him something? He should not ask, but do you feel like giving him something? Is it? Just like even in a restaurant, we give a tip to a waiter. So I think it's a Guru Dakshina was out of gratitude, out of respect. Because there are two kinds we can take service. One service is Daya, one is Seva. In English, you say only service. But in Sanskrit, there are two words, Daya and Seva. Daya means somebody feels you are helpless and he gives. That we should, I proper say, we should starve and take Daya. Correct? And Vedic culture, Daya was not allowed. You cannot beg. You punish for it. You should work hard. Why you want to beg? Correct? That's fine. What is called Seva? Seva is another thing. You're doing a very nice work. Can I help you? I think that Seva is to be accepted in the society. And here, some people in money has spent 64 days. Correct? And before 64 days, he must have spent some little more time because he told them the Vedas and Astra Vidyas. So whatever it is, he spent some good time with them. At least 2 months he has spent 64 days. And after that, how can you, suppose you are in a situation, how can you walk away? So you will say, what can I do? That's the culture. I think he also asked us, this Guru Dakshina, Dronacharya also asked the Pandavas. Correct? He wanted them to arrest him for something.
Yeah.
Something was
Yeah.
Why would he?
Yeah,
Yeah, there was and also there was a famous story about Ekalavya.
Ekalavya story is more.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's Ekalavya story. I wanted you all to read analysis by Siddhanta Prabhupada. You just message to me, I will send you. Actually, there are many counts he was wrong, Ekalavya.
Oh.
And later, Ekalavya actually was a demon. He fought for the against Krishna, and Krishna killed him.
Oh.
People don't know these stories. People, what they do nowadays in India, there is something like a Dalit movement. And firstly, they pick up Karna. Karna is the hero for everybody because he's Dalit.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that Karna was a demon in previous life. He Sahasra Kavacha. He had 1,000 Kavachas. And they were, Krishna and Arjuna were removing one by one the Kavachas, killing him and removing one Kavacha. And 999 births were over. It was some very funny benediction he had. Whoever removes a Kavacha, he will die. So, so this was the last birth at Kannamala, and Rishi came as Krishna and Arjuna. But he was a devotee of sun god. Even Karna can be analyzed as not being, as an ideal and hero for us. There are so many reasons for it's wrong. But a real hero is Arjuna of Mahabharata, not Karna. Today, so many serials and all, they say Karna is a hero because Dalit movement. Because he was born to, carpenter, because Kunti's son was known as a carpenter's son, and he was ostracized and he was not given his rightful dignity just because of birth. He had to struggle against that. They had to speak all those things. But if you analyze it, that's way. Similarly, I heard a very beautiful analysis of Vatsala Prabhupada of Ekalavya. Okay, and so I just locate and send to you. You can just message to me. Okay, Shisha, have you read that Vatsala Prabhupada analysis of Ekalavya? Okay, chalo. Guru Dakshina. Let us be focused on Guru Dakshina. Ekalavya is another example, very famous.
Yeah, and another question.
What is the other question?
Yeah, another question is, if Guru, any Guru like Deksha Guru or Siksha Guru, or in our system, if Guru asks something to do, for the disciple or the student, and for some various reasons, if he or she is not able to do that or fulfill that desire, so in that case, would that be considered as an offense, or
And very
how
simple.
do you?
Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada said, what I have given you, keep to others. So the riddle to the Guru is very easily getting spiritual knowledge. You can, because there are 5 kinds of riddle we have. The spiritual knowledge, the riddle is fulfilled by giving that knowledge to somebody else. So whatever you learn, say you read proper books, you're all reading these books. Suppose you explain it to somebody. You are that way. You are you have finished it. Okay. Prabhupada said, if you have benefited from this, whatever I have taught in these books, give it to another person. That's it. I don't want it. The proper statement is that give it to somebody. Okay. You take the knowledge, you benefit the knowledge, you give to somebody else the knowledge. That's how you come out of receiving knowledge. Is it a Shisha?
Yeah, distribute my books.
Distribute proper, so distribute this knowledge. No, different rings and different ways to come out. Pitri rin, you should serve the parent. Devata rin, then you have to do some home activities, correct? And the rin from the Guru is you just give the knowledge to somebody else, correct? I just remember reading how different rin can be solved in different ways.
It's this thing, we are not indebted because he gives us knowledge, Guru, so we have to pay him back.
Okay. You are indebted. Prabhupada said, give your life, but you can give. Even that is not enough. Prabhupada said, you can no way repay. He cannot repay Prabhupada.
Yeah, we can't repay.
He's not asking also anything. He just said, give it to another. Correct? That's the Prabhupada. You think you have benefited, you give this knowledge to others. But Prabhupada said, on a principle, you could not repay. There's no way to repay. But this is so beautiful. You see that we are guided into truth. Anna? Otherwise, we would not have understood all this. Chalo, okay? Everybody is fine?
Yes.
Yes, Shisha, Hare Krishna Shisha.
Hare Krishna.